about sports and sports cards and stuff for you. You know, in the card store, got to talk about a little bit of cards. But if you watch the TikToks, you know we got into a little bit of an argument about our top 5 wide receivers. So we're going to start out with our top 10. So and then we're going to we have 4 topics for you guys today. But my number 1 wide receiver, I have Tyreek Hill.
I had Tyreek Hill as well. I think right now he's the consensus number 1, but I think it could easily go back to Jefferson.
Well, he's just been hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Jefferson fell down my list at all is just because he's been hurt.
Because Hill is playing that good that he's kept up with where Jefferson was at, and then he's just exceeding.
The last 2 seasons, like people thought he was going to break the yards record even last season.
Yeah. I mean, he slowed down a little bit the last couple weeks, but he's still keeping up good numbers.
Number 2, I have A.J. Brown.
I had Jefferson still at number 2 just because he'll come back eventually.
I do agree.
They will make the playoffs.
For sure. I have him at 3. I think he's still good, but I just can't diss A.J. Brown's, 7th game straight with 125 receiving yards?
I think he broke it last game.
Well, he still broke the record all times. I can't not notice that.
Yeah.
Who's your 3?
Number 3, I had Devontae Adams.
I don't disagree there. I just, like I said, I can't go against AJ's games. He's just been killing it, and I'm a Titans fan, man. I do not like AJ Brown, but
yeah, I had Devontae just because he's not in a great situation.
I agree.
I think he realizes now that he made a mistake going to the Raiders, but this offseason he could get back on track. Maybe go to the Jets. Maybe the Cowboys, but a better situation overall, and I think he'll get back into that number 1 overall talk. Because even last year with Carr, he was still number 1 receiver on some people's lists.
He's arguably up there. Yeah, I have Devontae at number 4.
Number 4, I had Cooper Kupp at number 4.
I can't say I disagree there. I'm actually going to switch Kupp on my list because now that I look down at it. No. Like that, have Kupp farther down the list. I'm gonna switch him. I have. So Kupp's your 4.
I had Kupp at 4 just because he hasn't done a whole lot this year. He's had some really nice games, but he's still recovering from injury. The Rams, they don't look very good overall. They almost looked better at times with Puka as their number 1, but
that's true. I mean, they those first 5 games or first 4 games of the season, they looked really good.
Off guard. Beat some good teams.
Number 5, I have Jamar Chase.
Number 5, I have CeeDee Lamb.
It's crazy, man.
Okay, this is a little bit just recency bias.
He has been killing it, but they've also been playing awful teams.
He's been doing it against good teams also. That's the thing. He played really good against the Eagles, and he's been doing it for last month.
Their secondary.
They've been playing.
Their
they've been playing great teams, but he's number.
What did he have against the Eagles? I just know he had that crazy game against the Raiders or something.
Here, let me look. I think it was 160, but he had 10 receptions or something.
So I have Jamar at 5. Who's your 5? You said CD. So I had Diggs at 6, but I'm going to put Cooper Kupp at 6 and Diggs at 7.
Okay. So Lamb and AJ Brown's stats, they're almost identical. They're tied in yards right now at 1,013.
What's their receptions?
I believe Lamb has 5 more. I'm looking at what he had against the Eagles. He had 11 receptions for 191 yards. No touchdowns. But yeah.
195?
191.
Wow, against the Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
He is on my top 10 list, but wow.
I like him at 5. I think that's a good spot.
I really think from Jamar all the way down to 8, I really think you could if you like him for a specific reason, you can really mix them up. Yeah. But CD is hard to go against after seeing that stat line. I knew he had played well. I didn't know he had 191 yards though.
Yeah. Even like Jamar, he could definitely jump back into that top 5.
But Burrow's hurt and all kinds of stuff in this situation.
Probably not till next year, but he was widely considered top 3 even this last
right.
offseason.
So I had like I said, I had Kupp 6 and Diggs 7. So who's your 6 and your 7?
Oh yeah, 6 and 7. I had AJ Brown at 6. I think he's playing phenomenal.
I don't think that's super hard. I don't think it's super bad to say. But I
2 to 6. I think you're a little high on him. I might be a little low. But that's just because I'm prioritizing guys that have done stuff in the past.
I'm a Cowboys fan. You don't like him?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I like him. But he's a good receiver.
Like I said, I'm kind of going off current situation, and right now, I mean, so if you put him at 6, I could honestly I could almost agree with putting CD above him, but He's been better than Jefferson. I know he's been hurt, but he's been better than him. I have to say that. He's been better than Devontae. He's been better than Jamar. He's been better than Diggs.
Yeah, I think you're prioritizing what he's done this season a little more than how I'm prioritizing it.
Yeah.
But I think CD and AJ are almost the perfect comparison right now, just because
they're
so
different.
Close in stats,
they're different, but their stats are almost identical.
But they also have a very similar situation. Like they're the number one on a good team, and they're not like, it's not like they're getting double teamed every night, but like I always like to joke around and say AJ Brown is always one-on-one because there's always 8 guys in the box against the Eagles because they have to.
Good point. It's kind of how he got all his success when he was in Tennessee was the same way.
Yeah, just having those one-on-ones on the outside, you just get a nice 3-route mix.
Yeah. So who's your 8? I have CD at 8.
Oh yeah, so 7 I had Jamar,
okay.
Which I think part of it he was hurt.
Yeah. I definitely think
Burrow's
he's arguably a top 3 wide receiver. It's crazy how you can almost argue that the top 8 wide receivers in the NFL are all top 3.
Yeah, I think Tyreek's the definite one right now, but some guys have just had unfortunate events this year. But I have Jamar at 7. He's probably top 3 talent. I would definitely say, but we just have to see it consistently. I've always been kind of a Jamar hater, just because he had a really good rookie season. He had a really good second year, but I want to see, like, I feel like it's hard to explain. I think Burrow just makes him look better than he is, but
I don't know.
He's really good still. I
so
think
who's your 8?
Number 8, I had Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. He hasn't been super good this year, but no one has on the Bills has been that good this year.
He started off pretty good, but
I haven't been fantasy. But
yeah.
Talk to me about fantasy. Started 4-0, and now I'm like 4-7, 5-7 or something.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for fantasy.
But number 9, I have Mike Evans.
I had Keenan Allen there. I had Mike Evans at 10.
I have Keenan Allen and Amon-Ra at 9 and 10. Like, it's a toss-up for me. You can put one as the honorable mention for top 10, and you can put them there.
I think that
Keenan Allen he's been cooking this year.
I think that 3. So I think there's a definite top 8. Then that 9, 10, 11 is like interchangeable.
Yeah.
After that, I think there's a slight drop off because then it gets into like the Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith kind of area.
Right.
Those really good number twos or the
T. Higgins, like those
decent
guys.
number ones. Yeah. T. Higgins has been pretty bad this year.
He's been awful. He should have went somewhere and got
bag. I've been a Bengals hater. I'm not gonna lie. I always thought T. Higgins was overrated.
We had this argument in the offseason about, because I said T. Higgins was top 25, top 20.
You said top 15. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I might have. But he was really good. So I had that argument. I've had some bad takes. Like I had a take on one thing. I said like I was like I don't see why Jalen Hurts I don't see what all the hype behind Jalen Hurts is.
You didn't even have him in your top 10.
Yeah, I was.
We had him as high as like 6.
But this was before last year. So I don't know.
But yeah, I had Keenan at 9, Mike Evans at 10, and then my honorable mention was Amon-Ra, just because he's had such a great year. And
yeah, he's been cooking, man.
I think he's really helped Goff, honestly, as well.
The Lions have been good.
He's helped Goff back into the spotlight, helped him
get
back in a rhythm, because he was Goff got pushed into a really bad situation with that Lions team when he first got there, and it made him look really bad.
Like I remember, even I thought this, like when they first traded him, I was like, oh, they're just gonna use him for a year, tank, and trade him off, and like he's gonna put him in the playoffs. I mean,
he's better than he ever was on the Rams.
If they win 2 or 3 more games, which is saying something because he went to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if they win 2 or 3 more games, they could clinch a playoff spot before like week 15, like legitimately. So
yeah, and then they could just be ramping up for the playoffs.
So we're gonna move on to our second topic a little bit here. We could talk about top 10 wide receivers all day. You know, you could start throwing in other guys that can make it.
We didn't argue as much as I thought, just because it's so interchangeable.
Well, the big one we're arguing about was CD, but you brought in them stats, and that's hard to argue with. 10 receptions for 191 yards. That's hard to argue against.
CD's been playing out of his mind lately. Part of it is because not the greatest teams, but then again,
I mean, against the Eagles though, and that was after the KB trade too.
Yeah.
So that was against Byard and those guys. So that's crazy. Our cameraman behind the camera is going to throw up some of the pads. We're going to do a little like, what did you say? Price is Right with some BWCC auctions. So I think this is going to be from the past week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So how it's going to go is we're going to see a card. We'll pop it up on screen for you. We got a little bit of editing to do.
We got some editing.
But then we're going to write it down on our phones. If you go over the price, you automatically lose unless both go over. But then whoever's closest to the price without going over gets the point. We'll see who gets the most out of 7.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta watch.
He
that.
sprung this one on me. All right. All right. Card 1.
All right, the first card is a 2015 Pokemon Japanese XY Emerald Break Full Art Rayquaza EX. PSA 10
I'm gonna
Gem
kill you
Mint.
in this.
Can I see the picture?
Yeah, we gotta see. Let's see the picture. Can you zoom in on it?
Make sure you don't get in front of the camera.
Did you? Okay, it's a full art from an XY set.
Okay.
Japanese, remember.
Japanese.
Yes.
Is this one Japanese is less than English?
No, I think they're about the same. About this time, they might be. Yeah, it's about the same.
All right.
You want to like put up a 30 or have a 30-second timer, just so
count
don't take too long.
Do 15. It shouldn't.
What was the grade on it?
Do 30 for the next ones, but do 15 for this
PSA
one.
10
PSA 10.
Gem Mint.
Sure, won't let me draw. What the heck? Okay, here we go.
I'm getting on it.
Count it in your head. Don't let that alarm go off. It's gonna be loud.
Cloud storage is full.
So I can get the same stuff. But I'm a Pokemon guy, but I have no idea here, so I have kind of a random guess.
Time's
Yeah,
up.
good.
All right, I had 230.
I had 175.
All right.
You might have.
The total was $408.
Oh,
Really? So I get the point there, right?
Yeah. So you got
Yeah,
1 point.
W. I thought you were gonna cook me.
I thought I was also.
All right, card
That-
number
that's-
2.
That's kind of surprising.
Card number 2 is a 2022 Immaculate Collection Emerald Sam Howell RC Patch Auto out of 18. BGS 8.5, and there's only one
Pop 1.
population of 1.
Okay, can we see the card?
Is it this patch like crazy or anything? So, what is that?
What is it out of?
18.
18 on IMAX. So it's on card auto. And a Beckett BGS 8.5. So Beckett 8.5. Auto
And
10.
Yes, auto is 10.
Okay.
Can I phone a friend?
Out of 18. His stuff is all over
And
the
there
place.
are none graded higher.
We were talking about this in the case over there because I've got a few Sam Howell autos and like they're anywhere from like $60 to like $400.
You said BGS 9?
8.5.
8.5.
8.5?
There are none graded higher,
I don't
and
know
this
how
is
much
the only one.
Grade's going to matter for this, though. You said out of what? 13?
Out of 18.
18?
All right, I got my answer. I don't know. It could be a lot more than that.
Do I want to go high on this? Do I risk it?
I'm gonna go up a little bit.
I risk it for the biscuit?
10 seconds remain.
Okay.
Oh my god, this looks like chicken scratch. Hold on.
We'll go with that.
You got it?
Yeah, I got
All
it.
right. I'm gonna go 540.
Oh, I went 950.
Both of you are above.
Really?
What?
The final price was $384.
Wow.
When was that
I would
sold?
give 384 for a Sam Howell auto to RPA to 18. When was that sold?
Yeah, when did that sell?
I got that off.
Watch, it's going to be like
January of
August.
22.
It was last week.
Last week, really.
Oh.
Wow, that's crazy. That's what I mean. Like that's insane.
proves how much I know about the market.
Nobody gets the point, or
No, nobody gets
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Proves how much I know about the market.
Wow, that's insane. I'm actually shocked by that. I thought it'd at least be $400.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
You
now
guys
card
ready?
3. Yeah, card 3.
Yeah. I got to get a
All right, card number 3.
It's a 2015 Panini Prism Orange Wave Devin Booker rookie.
Is that numbered?
No, it is not.
Is it graded?
Yes, PSA 10 Gem Mint.
orange wave, so that's color match. So like
That's color.
it.
It's not numbered at all. Is that like a?
It's probably a short print, is my guess.
Is that like a? I don't think they did T-Mall back then. So
Super short print, maybe.
see, this is one of those cards that'll be like ridiculous for no reason. That'll be like $900 for no reason or something.
PSA 10. I don't know how much I like this, but
Yeah, I don't know if I like this either. See, I could see it being like $230 or like $1,500.
Devin Booker stuff
Sells,
was
though.
crazy though.
All right, you got
Are you
it?
guys ready?
I'm good.
485.
I went 800.
Dallas gets the point with
Really?
$840.
Oh, you were real close.
I almost went 950 again. So
You snuck that one in there.
Yo.
Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I said 900 too. I was like, it
Yeah.
could be around that area. So
I was thinking 800 sounds good.
see, it's one of those cards. It not being numbered.
I'm assuming it's
it
some,
not being numbered was what got me.
I'm assuming it's some kind of retail super short print or something like that.
I don't know though. I feel like it's like one of those like it's like the Reds out of Mosaic or something. Maybe it's like
Yeah.
the hobby.
Yeah.
Card number 4. 5 cards, right?
7, right?
8.
8. Sorry.
Okay.
So card number 4. So halfway.
This is a 2021 Topps Chrome Ben Baller Jared Clinic rookie auto out of 50 PSA 10 gem mint. There are only 9 in the population.
Clinic.
Pop 9 Kalinick. I mean, he actually did.
Baseball?
Yeah. So that's the Mariners guy.
Yeah.
So he had the really bad 22 season.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm
It's
thinking.
an odd card auto.
Okay.
That's a gold. Almost looks like a super fractor from here.
Ben Baller.
It's a bin baller. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay. All right.
I could be super low on this.
I could be too. I don't think he had a good season this year.
Said
He
PSA
started-
10. Let's go.
He's got some. He's pulling out some good cards.
Yeah, this might stump us. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
285.
I went 110.
Dallas wins. You went over.
Really? What was it like 190?
It was 228.
You went over by what?
Oh, like $60, but I was closer, but not.
Oh,
but I was
yeah.
going over.
W.
All right.
We got- oh,
Card
I forgot-
number.
I forgot to keep score. So you have 1, I have 2.
Yeah. Card number 5.
I'm keeping score.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Comeback season.
Good Cameron. Card number 5.
Card number 5 is a 2017 Donruss Optic Black Kevin Durant 1 of 1 PSA 10 gem mint.
PSA 10 KD 101.
And obviously, there's only 1 in population of this grade.
Oh, really?
What did that one LeBron optic fast break go for?
And
Okay.
What's that out of? Optic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you
That's-
showed that because it's an insert. It's not a true.
That's Tatum's year.
All right, I got mine.
This could go horribly wrong. Wait. I'm changing. Audible.
Oh, how much time you got?
15 seconds left.
Audible.
Oh, geez, you got plenty of time.
Audible.
Never mind. Audible. Omaha.
10 seconds.
Okay,
$785.
I went 1250.
Dallas went over.
No, I thought you were gonna say
It was
that.
1170.
Oh
W! Yes, sir. W.
Bro, I'm like spot on. At
Let's
some of
go. Yeah, yes, that's kind of how it was. Like it's close. You're
Yeah.
close, but you go over. That's why I'm kind of going under. See, so now we're tied. So this is card 6, right?
My original guess was
Yes.
18.
All right. So card number 6.
2-2.
The card number 6 is a 2017 National Treasures Signatures Bronze Kendrick
None.
Maxwell Auto 25 out of 25.
Kendrick Maxwell.
BGS 8.
Can I see the card?
There's only 1 in population.
Kendrick,
none
Just say
granted.
BGS. You don't have to space it out.
Kendrick Maxwell.
Oh, he's an old guy.
So it's a random basketball player.
And BGS 8. What was it number 2?
25.
Don't go over. Is it flawless?
NT.
Oh, NT.
Okay, I got mine.
I'm good.
All right.
$85.
$30.
Both of you went over.
I knew it. It was like, what was it, 15
what is it?
bucks?
$10.
$10.
I knew it was gonna be super low.
Oh, I didn't think you were gonna throw a card that low on there. I thought maybe it was just some random guy that was like good for the Hawks that like
Little curveball.
little curveball. So we both went over. So
Yeah, so 2-2, and there's
2 cards left, right?
Yes.
All right, card number 7.
Card number 7 is a 2023 Bowman Chrome Superfractor Jesus Galiz rookie 1 of 1 NBA authentic.
Oh, did you see it? So it's Bowman U basketball.
It's baseball.
MLB, not NBA.
so this is a guy that
Superfractor, so
I
it's
do
not
not
graded.
know.
It's not graded.
So this is a guy I do
It's
not
a
know.
prospect. So
This could go.
did it sell for the top buyback price or for the value?
What was the top buyback price? $5,000?
Anywhere from 1,000 to 75,000.
Superfractor's gotta be nuts though. It's not autographed, right?
No, but it's a 1 of 1.
Yeah, it's a super. So it's just a base superfractor. It's like my Michael Harris W pull.
15 seconds remain.
Got my answer.
I'm ready.
1,160.
$3,000.
Both of you went really over.
Really?
The actual price was $384.
Superfractor
For a
first?
superfractor first? That's
I was
crazy.
banking on the fact he's like good.
I didn't think he was gonna be good, but I thought it would be. That's crazy.
I got these 2020 comps.
All right.
Over on everything.
Who is selling that, bro? Send that to Top. The minimum they said they'd give out for a superfractor was 1,000 for the buyback. Maybe that's a different. Maybe that's Bowman Chrome, not. I don't know.
Might have been a different set.
All right.
It was Bowman Chrome.
Yeah, Bowman Chrome. I thought that was what they did the buyback. Maybe it was regular Bowman that they did the buybacks for.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
All right. Last card unless it's a tie.
Yeah, card number 8.
We might have to go to OT.
You got an OT card?
And it's going to be the most expensive sold on.
Ever?
Yes.
Kind of want to go to OT.
So
Mutual agreement.
card number 8 is a 2020 Select Premier Level Joe Burrow rookie. PSA 10 gem mint.
Just the base card?
Yes.
Can I see a
Can I see the picture?
PSA 10. Premier. I feel like we might have like a very similar guess. Do I go safer? Yeah. So you could just go over and I can win it here. Okay.
All right. Reveal the answers.
$54.
175.
Both of you are over.
What?
$34.
Wow. I'd give $34 for a Burrow PSA 10 rookie.
Bro,
That's crazy.
I'm
All right,
awful-
OT, yeah.
I'm awful at this. I've gone over on everything. The last 4.
That's going to be a TikTok clip right there. What?
Huh? Bro, I'm awful.
All right.
Whatever I'm thinking, just go $1,000 under.
$1,000 under. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be more than like $60 because like there's like I see cards all the time of really good players that only go for like $60.
All right.
This isn't 2020 anymore.
I know.
In this overtime, whoever gets closer gets the point.
So there's no going over. Okay, the closest person wins.
It's my
So-
specialty.
Overtime card is a 2018 National Treasures Luka Doncic rookie NBA logo man patch auto.
Oh, I
1
know
of
what this
1
sold for.
BGS 9.
This isn't fair. This dude runs a shop.
This was like all over the internet when it sold. I might be completely off. I don't remember what it was actually. I remember like I'll tell you afterwards.
I'm between 2 numbers. It's really a lot more than 2, but
And this sold in 2022.
So is it the second time this card sold? Can you show us the picture? So it's the one I'm thinking of. This is a rookie logo man, right? The one that
Yes.
Leighton Sports Cards pulled.
yeah.
Yeah, so it sold like so.
Oh,
Give a background on this card. So obviously there'll be a picture up. I'm pretty sure
it sold to a private buyer, didn't it?
I'm pretty sure this card sold once in like 2020 for like a ridiculous price.
Yeah, and then
it sold again for like still a ridiculous amount of money. But
I'm pretty sure that was the one that went to a private buyer. Nobody's seen it since.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna stick with my first answer.
Yeah,
But if I don't get it right, that's why.
I have a number.
All right. Show your guesses.
3.2 million.
2.5.
Tim, you got the point.
Did it sell for 3.2?
3.12.
See,
It's not fair.
So I remember looking it up. I saw it get pulled. I watched the video about it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because like way after it was pulled, because like I said, like I've been in cards since 2017, but I got back into the hobby like super good, like really like collecting and stuff in late 2020, like everybody. And so I was kind of like watching videos on it, and I saw it, and so I went back to see what it sold for. I remember it selling it. I couldn't remember if it was 4.2 or 3.2. So I went down to 3.2. But I thought I remembered it selling again for like 250,000, like in 22.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
thanks to our cameraman. We're gonna move on to our next topic now, which is gonna be our top 5 hottest draft classes right now, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So what's your number 5?
Number 5. Okay, let's see what I got. Number 5, I had 2020. I think it's still a really good class, but it's kind of just holding on by that top end talent of Burrow, Herbert, and Jefferson.
Tua and Hurts and Jefferson.
Oh, I forgot about Hurts, but yeah, Tua's come down a little bit since.
I have 2018 at 5. I still think it's hot because of Josh Allen and like Lamar, but I think it's kind of losing a lot of its flame because both those guys, like for some reason Lamar just doesn't get very much hobby love.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
I noticed that.
But and Josh is that complete opposite. He gets all the hobby love and he's just having a bad season.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot 2017 existed.
Because to kind of get my reasonings, obviously Patrick Mahomes, but McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara. It's like one of the. If you look at like the first 3 years of all the running backs from that career, like it's like a loaded draft class. Like every running back from that class was like a 1,000-yard rusher or something. It's like ridiculous.
2019, that's like the best class ever because Watson's at his peak. Kamara's killing it. McCaffrey's still doing McCaffrey things.
Yeah. In 2019,
2,000 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mahomes
McCaffrey's still
MVP.
cooking, and then McCaffrey or Mahomes is still cooking.
Yeah.
Who's your 4?
I had 2021, so that's Lawrence's year.
There's
I think
Jamar and
Jamar.
Waddle.
Yeah. I really put this here because Fields is going to be coming back, so his stuff's going to start to
He did
slowly
come
go
back,
up.
and he actually played well.
Yeah.
The Lions. That was a pretty good game if you didn't watch it.
Yeah. So I think it's just a little bit of a rebound kind of thing. It's not really hot, but it's rebounding from where it was. So what'd you got at 3?
I have 2023 at 3.
I have 2023 at 3 also.
Yeah, I think.
I think just the recency bias.
Just the recency bias on Stroud alone is kind of carrying this class, and the fact that they don't have autographs is kind of and it's not even just him. I mean, like there's a good amount of rookies that are cooking. Will Anderson hasn't really been. He's been good, but not like what he's supposed to be for the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
And then the corners, the top end corners that were drafted, they've both of them. Gonzalez got hurt for the Pats, but the Seahawks corner. Witherspoon, right? I'm blanking, but they've both been. They were very very good until he got hurt.
Yeah. And then the dude from the Giants also, I forget his name.
Oh, the Rams running back too.
Rams running back.
Jeez, blowing me up. No,
But yeah, I had 2023 there. Just I think it's always going to be hot just because new sets are coming out for the guys. There's still a lot of buzz around the guys because it's their rookie years. Nobody really knows what's going to happen.
They're always hot during the rookie year, right?
Yeah.
Just like Purdy and last year, or even Kenny Pickett in 2 years. I don't think Kenny Pickett will be worth much.
No.
I had 2021 at number 2.
I had 2021 at 2. I had 2018 here. So I had Lamar.
I just think with how bad, I wouldn't even say that, but how the down season for the Bills, and then Lamar, like I said, doesn't get very much hobby love.
Baker's been playing better though.
I just think that 21 class, like obviously the T-Law. Don't diss me, Grant from backyard, but I think he's very overhyped.
Yeah.
Not like in sense of like how he plays, but in the hobby love, like his stuff goes for like as much or more than like Mahomes, which is kind of crazy. Which is kind of a foreshadowing for our next topic about how crazy investable when it comes to football.
Yeah,
but it just makes no sense. And obviously Jamar, and then Fields stuff he still actually sells decently well, despite him having a rocky start to the beginning of the season. Obviously Zach Wilson is awful.
Lance.
Trey, I don't know, man. He's only played with 4 games.
Yeah, he just hasn't had the chance, but he hasn't put himself in the greatest position.
I think Dallas did him a little, or not Dallas. I think the Niners did him a little dirty trading him to Dallas.
Yeah,
good trade for Dallas. I mean, you get a good backup quarterback, but it's just like why? I mean, you said you wanted to put him into a good position, and you put him into a position where he's not going to play, and maybe that just shows how unconfident the Cowboys front office was going into the season with Dak.
The way I look about it, the Trey Lance situation is, I think the Niners and Trey Lance were on 2 different timelines. They weren't on the same page.
They were in win now, and Trey Lance was in development mode.
Trey Lance needed time. The Niners didn't have time. They wanted to win now, and that's what they're doing without him. So
with a quarterback that's younger than him, older, but younger in NFL years.
So you just kind of bite the bullet and take what you got and keep moving.
My number 1 is 2020.
I got 2016.
little
Dak and Goff on the rise.
That's a good point with Goff now, thinking about that. So Dak, Goff, Joey Bosa.
Carson Wentz getting signed.
He's on a roster. I mean, Derrick Henry, Kevin Byard. A little Titans bias there, but Jack Conklin was the Titans' first 3 picks. Those are guys. All those guys are Pro Bowlers and all pros.
Yeah, really, it's really just boiling down to the top guys of Goff and Dak.
Ramsey,
yeah. Just Dak and Goff have been playing really good lately, and I think it's really helping them.
I wouldn't say Dak's a top guy.
Well,
in that draft anyway, because he was a 4th-round pick, right? That's what I mean.
Oh no, I'm just saying top guys value-wise, how they were playing.
Well, Henry's actually pretty valuable for.
Yeah.
He might be more valuable than Goff, honestly. Golf stuff. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research on golf stuff, but
it's also a while ago. So
have you looked at the PWCC market? Like, is there any cards on there you think were good value and stuff, like auction wise?
Oh, I didn't look.
Oh, but yeah, that's stuff. You know, I want to do in the future is talk about the PWCC market and just talk about stuff that ends soon. I think the auctions end actually fairly soon. I'll go in there and click on there and see if there's anything ending relatively soon that we can talk about. I know shout out to the guys over at Sports Card Nonsense. They do this every week, and I kind of enjoy it. There's a lot of vintage on here always, but there's a cat outside. Don't mind that. Best value. I'll see what they say about that. There's some Pokemon base set Shadowless pack is at $6 with 3 days left. PSA 10. That's kind of crazy. Kyler Murray, Green Shimmer, 2 of 2, BGS 9.5 is at $115.
Only guy left from 2019.
Yeah, well, AJ's from that year. I'd have to take some more time to look at that. But I want to get into our last topic here, which is the investability of football. It's kind of crazy looking at it. Like, if you look at the all-time greats with something like, let's say, for example, like a PSA 10 Trevor Lawrence rookie. I don't know exactly what they're doing now. I probably should have looked that up. But like, I think at one point last year they were doing like $500 in a 10, $300 to $500 in a PSA 10. But if, for example, if you look back in time, like a PSA 10 Dion is $70. A PSA 10 Barry, these are Topps rookies, are $120. If you look at like Dan Marino, they're $4,000. A Topps Emmitt Smith rookie's like $90. And then even going back to like Jim Brown. Like a numbered, let's say like not even a numbered, like a pink or maybe a numbered, like or a silver, for example. A T-Law silver in a PSA 10, like it's like a $1,500 card. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if it is still that high at this point, but it's still fairly expensive. But like if you look at like,
it feels inflated.
Well, I mean, so like I, for example, around that same price range, a PSA 5 1958 Jim Brown rookie is $1,500.
Yeah.
From 58.
Yeah.
And he's crazy. Arguably the greatest running back of all time. You know, greatest football player, some people say.
Top 5.
I mean, definitely of his generation. Yeah. That's not unquestionable, right? Probably the first 40 years until Emmitt Smith came around, he was probably maybe Barry.
Walter Payton was pretty good.
I don't know if I'd take Walter over
Jim Brown. Plumbers.
He was showing them plumbers what was up for sure. But it's just crazy to think about. People even, you know, it is, you know. Is this gonna carry forward? So is like in 20, 25 years, is Mahomes stuff like, so for example, a PSA 10 Dan Marino rookie is $4,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But for you know, just one single card. But if you look at like a PSA 10, like even a PSA 10, I don't know, like an optic rookie of Mahomes, or like I said, $1,000, or this card is what, 40 years old now, 45 years old, and it's a $4,000. And you look at like T-Law,
probably about 50 now.
It's 84.
Oh, 84.
Yeah.
I was thinking like early 70s.
Yeah, so no, it's early 80s. But looking back now, it's $4,000. So the Mahomes rookies now, like a select or an optic PSA 10, I mean, they're what, around $1,500, $1,000 to $1,500. So. Yeah. It's crazy, but like in Marino's, I don't even know if Marino's like a good example, because if you look, because that's pre-junk wax era.
Yeah, Marino.
Some of the stuff is a little bit inflated.
Marino was he was in a good era for collecting wise.
Yeah, but if you look into like Troy Aikman, or I don't know, a guy in that Brett Favre example, I think Brett Favre's a good comparison to Mahomes. In that time period, like when he came into the league, he was, you know, crazy. No one has seen this kind of play before, and his cards now are what. I mean, you can get his rookie card for $5 on eBay,
Yeah.
and you might be overpaying at that.
Yeah.
A PSA 10's maybe $50-$60.
Shipping's going to be more than the actual card.
Right, so it's kind of crazy just to think about, but it definitely gives you something to think about with, investability. Well, but if you look into baseball, for example, you look at by era, like any Mickey card in the 10, like especially as rookie, I mean, we know that card's millions of dollars. But as you go through time, like Trout's rookies, he's probably the most modern guy, and his rookie's still crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, the way I like to look at it is like people say the parallels are keeping us from a junk wax, but like
I don't know if it'll be enough.
Is it going to get to a point where people care about the parallels enough to keep buying? And
I don't know.
like some of these, like Panini losing some licensing to top rooks, so they can't have autographs.
Yeah, so like they're the only chase now is their parallels. So
like how much are people going to actually care about them when they can go chase for an autograph?
Exactly. So there's a chance that C.J. Stroud may only have maybe 500 rookie autos or something like that. Like if you just thinking with, I don't know how many Topps promotional Topps cards, Topps Now cards they'll do with C.J. Stroud autographs. I know they've done a couple. Like they did one after his 5 touchdown game. And Panini had some before the whole situation. They had the Stroud autos on the Raider rookie Stroud autos after the rookie debut kind of photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he had autos in IMAC last year and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So he had there's like that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like I mean Texans autos, I don't know if he has any. He has like unlicensed ones for Topps, like so it's like him in the Texans uniform but no logos.
Yeah, it's.
And Leaf, I'm sure, will make autos like that too. But like when he has nothing, so his collegiate autos could be crazy.
And I think it could really help some of those sets maybe in the future where it's such an exclusive group of sets that have those autos that it could really help the class even, because some of these classes they're just losing value. Like 2019, nobody's looking to open 2019 right
I mean, Kyler was the only guy holding that class up, and now you're looking for DK and AJ. And that's like it.
And nobody really wants to chase wide receivers in a market where it's dominated by quarterbacks.
It's not close, and that's another thought, like another point onto that investability. If it's not a quarterback, no one cares. But when you look at like greatest players of all time in football talk, obviously Brady,
Mm-hmm.
but you're looking at like LT and Jim Brown and Emmitt Smith and those kind of guys, non-quarterbacks.
You can't even bring up like defensive players when investing
in the cards.
Yeah.
It's I mean, what's LT's rookie worth? $20 maybe. That's probably in the 10.
I can't even remember seeing one.
Well, it's like
being honest,
it's all recency bias. Like Micah stuff is crazy right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say crazy. It's just expensive for a DN.
It's like I think we're getting to the point where after you get past that first craze and guys start to like settle down or come down to
it's like
earth.
Aaron Donald's still not worth a lot.
Yeah, and it's first of all it's the defensive guys. They don't get enough love because first of all there's not even a lot of media around them. So like
corners maybe.
Yeah, if that like you think about like a guy like Trayvon Diggs, not a Cowboys fan, but he was always in the media because he's always getting interceptions.
His 12 INT season,
yeah.
And his stuff was inflated, but it wasn't anything crazy.
No, but like it'd be a guy like Jalen Ramsey because he's in the media a lot.
He's always talking, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe like Myles Garrett or T.J. Watt because they're always in DPOY conversations. But
that's another thing that like they don't get cards either. Like they don't sign.
Yeah. Like
I'm buddies with a couple Browns fan and me as a Titans fan. Like Jeffrey Simmons never gets cards ever. Mm-hmm. Myles Garrett has like no autographs. Like I remember one of my good buddies got into a break and hit a like swoosh, a game use swoosh of Myles Garrett. He was like freaking out, obviously because it's a massive hit, but like. Like it's like
you just don't see that.
Yeah, well, he was telling me the other day, he's like, it might be like a $1,500 to $2,000 card because he has no cards at all. Outside of his rookie stuff, he has nothing.
Yeah.
Considering he was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was in that Mahomes class, wasn't he?
He was. That's another reason to add to 2017. Myles Garrett is insane.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Like, you just don't even think about the defensive guys when thinking about cards.
Exactly. You don't even. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's like in the 2018, you don't even bring up T.J. Watt, and when you're talking about that one, you just bring up the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where we're starting to, like, once you get past that first 4 years, you start to care less about those guys. Like, 2016, Goff and Dak are playing good, but who really cares about them? And then, They're
And that's
playing
the big
good,
thing about.
but you want to chase the new thing.
And that's what I always say when people ask me about buying and selling cards and investing, and I always say it's all about timing. It's all about timing. I can spend $100,000 on a card and lose $20,000, or I could spend $50 on a card and he has one good game and sell it for $75 and make $25.
Yeah, I think when investing, two big things: you got to know what you're investing in and how long you're investing, because there's no point of investing in something if it's just gonna.
I think another huge thing is that's why baseball collecting baseball versus watching baseball. I think that's why it's so huge. The collecting side is so huge still, because there's so much investability in baseball. Like all the superstars from 50 to 70, like all the Willie Mays, Mickey obviously, Hank Aaron, all those big guys are still super sought after.
Yeah.
And the further you go, obviously Jeter's pretty sought after, considering he was in the junk wax era.
Yeah.
And like guys like Canseco, like that it's kind of crazy that the steroid era lined up with the junk wax era.
Yeah.
Because they're basically intertwined, and like none of their cards are worth anything. Because the baseball community really held that against you. But then when you get into the early 2000s, Pujols and his stuff is worth a lot.
Yeah.
And then later, you get into Trout and that kind of stuff, and it doesn't like Nolan Arenado, that kind of level of guys, Goldschmidt, even their stuff, it's still worth more than like most the top.
Like base Freddie Freeman rookies are going for like $20.
Yeah.
Still.
So it's like in the MLB, like that 15 to 50 like top players, and the 15 to 50 in the NFL, like. It's like all those guys are their PSA 10 rookies are going to be $80 to $120 when you look in the NFL, like that Burrow, for example.
Yeah, like
his PSA, he's a arguably top 10 player in the NFL, but top 10, but
arguably
arguably top 10 in the NFL, and his PSA 10 rookies $30?
Yeah,
$30. Like,
yeah, I think if you really sat down, you compare the top 50 Topps Chrome base rookies to or even go refractors to the top 50 Prism rookie silvers. Yeah. I think after you get past that first good chunk, then there'll be some outliers that aren't in that top 50, or you go top 50 like value wise, because a guy like Trevor Lawrence, he's not gonna be one of the best, but he's gonna be up there in value just because of his hype.
Yeah. Even like if you just go to like if let's say for example you do like Topps Chrome refractors and then Prism silvers, including the entire set. Yeah. Like at the top of the list for MLB refractors, I mean maybe Adley's refractors like $10, and then you look on the football. It's weird how this stuff works, because the refractors aren't nearly as soft at like just the silver refractors, not the numbered stuff obviously. Yeah. Because like a numbered to 150 Adley and a numbered to 150 of. It's kind of crazy how that stuff adds up, because it's kind of flipped on the baseball side, because like let's say a number to 50 Adley Rutschman and then a number to 50 Brock Purdy, for example. That Brock Purdy number to 150 autograph or number to 150 is going to be like a $200 to $250 card. The Adley is going to be like an $80 card. But if you flip it with autographs, it's kind of almost the opposite. Like that Adley is going to be a $600 card, or that
Purdy would still be a good amount.
Purdy's kind of a bad example because his stuff is so inflated. But if you did like Kenny Pickett. The two top high pick top guys in that draft, like I said, Adley's his blue Prism auto, for example, or Chrome auto. I think I'm kind of just combining them right now. It's going to be $500. I'm a big Adley collector, so I was looking at them earlier. I'm using that because I picked this up today. I thought a picture of it up, a sweet card. I love me some Adley Rutschman. But anyway, on the football side, like Kenny Pickett's like blue Prism auto, especially with the whole missing wide open wide receivers. This year, that's been pretty rough to watch. I don't know if Matt Canada can fix that problem. I don't know if it's all on him.
Oh, he's gone.
I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was. I had a couple Steelers fans in here earlier, and I was like, I don't know if Matt Canada was all the problem. They're like, he was.
I don't think he was.
I'm like, well, Kenny Pickett is shanking wide open. I don't know about wide open, but
he wasn't the only reason. Let's just say.
I think it's mutual, right? To say the least.
I do think Canada was the bigger problem, because I think Kenny Pickett can be, with the right coaching, he can be helped into that. I don't think Canada was giving him anything to help. But yeah. So if you guys have any specific topics you guys want us to talk about in the future, obviously Big Ticket is sponsoring this video. No, I'm just kidding. But if you're in the area, please come by our store, check us out, talk some sports, man. We do this all day. I do in the store. Anybody, like I said, I had some Steelers fans in earlier and we talked, but we're going to try to do this every week.
It's Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving. So if you guys are out there, I don't know if I'll get this up tomorrow, but maybe Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. And if you're around, if you're in the area, come by for some Black Friday shopping, and happy Black Friday shopping. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Let us know who's better, CD